Have you ever been in a relationship where you feel like you're going crazy? And I'm not talking about the nice type of crazy in love feeling. I'm talking about painfully feeling like there's something wrong with you, like you are literally crazy. Or maybe you've been accused of making someone feel this way. If so, you might have experienced gaslighting, a harmful tactic that leaves people with long-lasting effects on their mental health. Hi, my name is Daniela and I am a licensed therapist. Today we're going to talk about gaslighting, a term that's been thrown around lately, but do we actually know what it is? In this video, I'm going to talk about the definition of gaslighting. I'm going to teach you how to spot it. I'm going to talk about why people do it, what to do if you're a gaslighter, and what to do if you are a victim of gaslighting. So let's get started. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where a person seeks to create seeds of doubt on someone else or even in a group of people. As an outcome, the victim may feel as they have to question their own sanity, memory, perception, and morals. In case you're interested about the history of this term, gaslighting comes from the 1944 American film Gaslight, which was based on the 1938 British theater play Gaslight by Patrick Hamilton. In the story, the husband manipulates his wife by dimming the gas lights in their home and then denying that the light level had changed, causing her to doubt her own perception. Interesting, right? Gaslighting is not limited to romantic relationships. It can happen in all types of relationships. So mother to child, co-workers, family members, you call it. Something that I want you to keep in mind is that people that gaslight or people that hear a story of gaslighting sometimes will minimize the situation and think that it's not a big deal. But the effects of gaslighting can be severe. Victims of gaslighting are going to experience a lot of anxiety, depression, and even PTSD. So this is not a joke. I want to give you some real-life examples on gaslighting so you can learn how to spot it. In the context of a relationship with a mother and a child, gaslighting may involve the mother denying or dismissing the child's emotions or experiences, causing the child to doubt their own feelings. In the context of a romantic relationship, gaslighting may involve a partner denying that they said or did something hurtful, making the other partner feel like they're going crazy. I have a particular example from a client where her boyfriend was cheating on her with her mother's best friend. And although my client had some solid evidence and suspicion about this affair, every time she would present it to her boyfriend, the boyfriend will call her bluff and say that she was crazy, that her ideas were bizarre, and he would technically deny and dismiss and deflect from every conversation she tried to have with him. This happened for months until my client finally saw them with her own eyes kissing, and then that's when she realized that she wasn't crazy. She was actually right. Her boyfriend was gaslighting her. I hope that these examples make you see that gaslighting may take many forms. But the key element here is that the gaslighter is trying to undermine the victim's reality. Now, why does it happen? Why do people gaslight? Gaslighting can be caused by a variety of factors, such as a desire for control or a lack of empathy. In some cases, gaslighters may have experienced gaslighting themselves and are simply replicating the behavior they learned. Maybe their parents treated them this way and this is all they know. Now, from the perspective of a victim, keep in mind that gaslighting can happen to anyone. However, there are more vulnerable groups, and those are people that have low self-esteem, that have been victims of trauma themselves, so they're used to these type of patterns, and it feels very familiar to be with someone that's gaslighting them. Or people who are already in a position of vulnerability. Maybe they're constrained to having to spend time with this person. Maybe they don't have the financial means to leave this person. Or maybe they have never been out and about and know that there are other people out there that are going to treat them with the respect they deserve. What to do if you are a gaslighter? First, I want to say it's okay, don't feel ashamed, these things happen. As I said earlier, maybe you're used to this pattern. Maybe you haven't been aware that you do these things. Maybe you are yourself a victim of trauma and you saw this between your parents for years and now you're doing it to other people without realizing that it's toxic and unhealthy. So my first recommendation to you is that you try to look at your life story and find out why you do this. Where does it come from? What's the root of this behavior? Second, take accountability and responsibility for your actions. go ahead and say I'm sorry, talk about it, explain to your partner or to whomever that you have this problem and you want to be more conscious of it. You need to recognize that gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse and one that really leaves marks on people. So this needs to stop. Finally, please seek out therapy. It's going to be very helpful for you to share your life story and examples with a professional that's going to reassure you, that's going to validate you, and that's going to help you to find coping skills and strategies so you can stop this behavior. And also keep in mind that if you do this work, you're going to have flourishing and beautiful and healthy relationships. Because I'm sure that if you're a gaslighter, you're not experiencing any of that. If you're a victim of gaslighting, it can be difficult to know what to do because, as I said earlier, someone is playing with your sense of reality and what's wrong and what's right. So you may be feeling very confused and ashamed of sharing what you're going through with other people because you're afraid that they're gonna call you crazy too. Or you may be even thinking that your partner or the gaslighter is correct and that you have to make changes and that you have to fix yourself. So you may be going through that whole mess of trying to change things about you without any good outcomes because the gaslighter is gonna keep gaslighting you. My recommendation is that through understanding this term, you recognize that what you are experiencing is real. You need to validate yourself and tell yourself that you're not crazy, that maybe your intuition is telling you something or your eyes are telling you something that's real. So don't be afraid to follow your intuition. Next, seek support from a friend or a mental health professional. And finally, if you care about this person, if the gaslighter is someone that you actually love and you want to preserve in your life, it's important that you communicate what's going on. I have found that people who gaslight are most of the time not aware at all that they're doing it. They don't even know what the term means. So educate them, express yourself, and set boundaries. Yet you also have to consider ending this relationship if this person is not willing to take accountability, is not willing to do the work. Because remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity, and allowing someone else to hurt you, it's going to really hurt you. You don't want to end up with PTSD or chronic anxiety and depression and a miserable relationship for the rest of your life. And just in case it wasn't clear, I'm going to say it again. Gaslighting is a harmful form of psychological manipulation that can have serious consequences on both the victim and the gaslighter. It's important to recognize the signs and take steps towards addressing it. Let me know if you have any questions about this topic. Make sure to hit the like button if this video was helpful and to subscribe to my channel so you can learn more about psychology and therapy, and I'll see you soon in another video.